Hello, I am Gregory the Poor Typist, and welcome to another edition of Typewriter Club Live. Yes, so today, well, first of all, I'm back. So today our topic is typing obstacles. What keeps you from typing? And honestly, this idea came up because you may or may not know I've been down with COVID, so that kind of explains my absence. Um, Yeah, so that definitely was keeping me from typing. When you're sick like that, you don't feel like doing much. So I do want to remind you that today is the last day to register for the postcard exchange. So make sure you're signed up and registered for free at typepals.com. Go to the events page and sign up for that postcard exchange. It's a load of fun. So um, and then I'll just remind you that Type Pals is and always will be free. Um, so if you enjoy writing letters or postcards with your typewriter, please join us for free at typepals.com. So yeah, let's see. Yes. So the weather here is warming up finally. Yeah. Let's see. There we go. Yeah. Excellent. Have a couple people joining us. I'll give them a moment. But yes, I am finally feeling mostly better. I just have a lingering cough. And that's probably always the last thing to work itself out. So Robert, how are you? Oh, you have your mouth full.
Hi, Gregory. Nice to see you. I've read
Good to
that you
see you.
had some problems. Hope you're well or better now.
Better, yes, better.
But I had it twice. Once it was, well, quite not so fine. The second time it was okay, uh, but nothing left, and that's the most important thing, I think, so that you don't keep anything with you a longer time. And so I wish you the best. Yeah, you look a little bit slim. I think you had no.
I wish.
It is. I think it is often. You have your taste back, or have you issues with your taste?
I did have some this time. The first time I had it, I didn't have any weird issues like that. This
Mm.
time, I would drink coffee, and it tasted kind of like I was drinking water.
Okay.
That's bad because I love coffee.
Okay. So otherwise, you could buy the cheapest coffee ever, and it won't taste like anything.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
some years ago, I had a strange thing. It hasn't wasn't related to COVID, but it was quite interesting. I had an issue with my ear. Though I heard on the one side, I didn't hear anything. And the most interesting thing was if there was a sound source on this side, it felt like it came from that side.
Oh, wow.
It was really weird. So someone talked to me from there, and I had to thought, no, it sounds like it came from here. And
Yeah.
the high frequencies and the low frequencies worked, but not the mids. So as I played guitar or something, it was totally missing the mids. And
Interesting.
so, yeah, it was really interesting. I don't know the English word for this. I will Google it later, then I can tell you. And so I went to the doctor. He checked my ears and made a test. And so I had to take some medicine, and it went away by luck. Everything, nothing left remained. But it was really strange. So you always had the feeling something does like this, and part of frequencies were just missing, and the other thing were
Wow.
totally clear. And the
Yeah.
the side shifting was interesting. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, 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 yes.
Well, you always have interesting things to show us. Did you have anything
Yes,
today?
but I think I would like to wait for Sean because we were writing, or I've seen he bought an Olympia robust. I don't know if he showed it the last week. And we were chatting a little bit about the Olympia robust because I have one too here. I think I presented it on second or first time I'd been here on Typewriter, but that's a time ago. And so I would, if Sean wants to, we could compare our machines because My one is a civilized version of the Olympia robot. Here's the military version, and mine, I think it was built in '44 and was changed for civilian use later. So I think it could be quite interesting. What I have here, it's quite funny to show. It's a little tiny thing. Oh, my eBay is just popping up.
Oh,
Yeah, I bought just a how you call when you put a stamp mark on a piece of paper, a stamp,
rubber stamp? A
a
rubber
rubber
stamp?
stamp, yeah. But
Yes.
it's a special rubber stamp. The German word is Paginierstempel. There you can it flips around and stamps. I'll show you something like that. Just a second.
Oh, I think he's talking about a self-inking stamp. Maybe.
Give me a second. I hope to find
That-
it. Where in chaos is it?
in the meantime, let's look in his cupboards there.
Uh, keep on, keep on. I'm with you. Just a
Well,
second. Take only some hours.
I'm rocking the Brendan
Okay.
Raftery shirt.
So, here it
Thank you
is.
so much, Brendan.
Hey, no problem. That's great.
And the stickers too. Those are awesome.
I'm rocking the Willow Creek.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Yay.
summer camp.
Nice. Very cool. Excellent. So you have it,
So-
Robert?
Yeah, I got it. Is this one thing of this kind? Then you can stamp it and it flips around, and here's the stamp color, and here's a kind of an address. And now I found one where you can stamp and it prints a number. It just prints a number, and when you stamp again, it prints one number up, and so
Yeah.
you can count with this machine. And I thought it's quite interesting to for my numbers for my letters or whatever. So I found it on eBay for €15. I thought that's okay. I hope it works.
Yeah.
But it's quite interesting, this thing. I think you have it in US too. You know, yeah. So
Yes,
it flips
yes.
around, and I will show you the print. And that's it.
Ooh,
Wait.
a little
Here.
higher. There you go.
There you go.
There you go.
It's quite interesting because it is from Walter Hensel, whoever Walter Hensel is. He's a bookmaker. So
Ooh.
he make bets for a horse race or things like that.
Oh,
But
that
it's
kind
the
of
old-
bookmaking.
But it's the old zip code of Offenbach, and the zip codes I think have changed 30 years ago or something like this. But I found his name still somewhere on the telephone or the internet. So the books, how do you say when you're going for betting and something? This shop or this office, whatever, still exists. What I found here, I would like to show. As you said, I've always interested things, some often too much. It's this little thing.
Oh, wow.
This is a machine. Normally, you have here kind of a ruler or a mechanic. When you're doing technical drawings, then you can attach this to your drawing board when you make blueprints. And with this mechanic here, you can print on whatever you want. So I try to show give an example. It will be a bit tricky. Just flip it like that. Yeah. Then you can see on the paper, I've just randomly. And then you have to move this device a little bit.
Yeah, yeah.
And you move it again.
Wow.
And you can move it in circles.
You can type on
Whatever.
anything.
I think it types only on paper, and I just wrote some weird stuff. Maybe you can see it. Maybe you can see something. I don't know. Where's my camera?
Right there. Yeah.
Yep. So it's a very weak imprint, and there are little cushions for the color, though it's not working like a normal typewriter with a ribbon or something. It's a bit, but it's a funny thing, and I think there will be some ideas. So you even can write to something which is on a wall, for example,
Yeah.
a shield or whatever. and it's quite interesting by the mechanics. You see here something like a targeting optic. Here you can see the
Wow.
and
That is so cool.
it's quite cool. It's made by Gritzner. Gritzner,
There we
you
go.
see? Yep.
Yes.
This is normally a German factory for sewing machines.
Oh.
But this is, as I say here, it's also can read it here. Maybe you see it.
Oh,
Pfaff
yeah.
Haushaltsmaschinen. Pfaff is also a factory for sewing machines. And Haushaltsmaschinen means machines for the household. So I don't know what Pfaff else produced, but this was a co-product. I don't know. I have to do some research when it was made, but before CAD systems or things like that, these were commonly used for writing on plans. Or you have ink pens to write with, how you say, Schablone, where the, you know what I mean, I hope. Sean is in the house. So I can,
Yes.
hello, Sean. I got my Olympia robust with me here for you.
You keep talking and let Gregory do the rounds, and because I got to put this one away and I'll bring the other one out, and then maybe by the time.
Yeah, great. That's
Okay.
fine. That's fine.
Yeah, but Robert, I want one of those cool little typewriter for typewriting anywhere. I mean, I've never seen that. I've never ever seen
Yeah.
that, and it's so cool.
Yeah, but the quality is really not so great. And you see, maybe the keyboard has a really strange layout in the. It's not QWERTY, it's not QWERTZ. It's really you have to search for the letters first. Oh wait, I can turn it around, so it might be better to see. So
Yeah.
yeah, you see the total.
Yeah, it's not to write a novel, but it's so cool to have this and write little things.
Definitely.
That
It's
would be a
amazing.
great Guinness record, though, to write a book with that.
Yeah,
I'll leave it to you, Sean.
Oh my God, no! Yeah.
Well, I can tell you, I found these on eBay here in Germany. They are not very rare, but they are to get. So if you want one, I can try to get one. But I don't know if shipping is. This one I think I bought for about 30 euros. I found two others. They are about 49 euros. But it's not the real good typing experience. It's a little gadget, I would like to say.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's nothing really. And you see also it's it's a plastic case. It's not not very heavy. Here the segment is, of course, here you see really a little segment. So it's really built like a little typewriter. But you have the feeling when you type, it doesn't use force. It feels more like the type slugs are falling down, nothing more. So you can't put a lot of energy on the typing.
Oh, wow.
Or you maybe have to try it. Oh, well, yeah, okay. Yeah, you can, I guess it reacts quite a little bit.
Okay.
But the sound is nice, and
It sounds good.
funny thing.
But I think if they had those in Germany, I don't know why we wouldn't have those in North America. But I don't know. Like I've never seen one.
Yeah.
Wait, I got just let me find the correct English word for what I'm looking for. Give me the translator, and then I can tell you. Normally in Germany, and I learned it too with to write on blueprint like that. It was just a second.
Yeah,
Let
there
me
was
just
one
get
on.
the food out of the oven.
Wait, give me some English.
There was one listed on Etsy. It sold, but
A template.
yeah, on Etsy they referred to it as a blueprint typewriter, and it sold for $341.41.
Ouch!
That's hard.
That's more than
That's
I
hard.
want. That's more than I want to pay.
As I said, the same machine here in Germany I found on eBay. It just can have a look. I think it was about 49 euros. It came with a foam styro, or how you ever say, with a package like here. It comes with a foamy package here,
Oh
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
even with a lid here, so you can close it. Here's a bottle in. It says cleaner for something. I don't know what it's really for. And I got some of these. These are the print. Where's my camera here? These are the stamp cushions.
Okay.
You see,
Oh,
and you can even refill it with some ink. It works. It's quite okay. Yeah, it's just a little tiny thing, and you can just pull off. Here, this little piece you can pull off, and then snap in this one, and it works. So
Wow.
that's not a problem. Well, I think it's not a big problem. And then when you have it together all, I think it's like that. Then here you have the complete thing. And we'll have to work, do some research. What's the year of building? But I don't know if as I learned to draw technical drawings or things like this, we used templates and an ink pen
Yes.
for writing
Yes.
on. Yeah, you have they are long, and you could even fix it with a ruler, so you just slide it and wrote your letters or numbers or whatever.
So
I don't know.
my maternal grandfather,
Yeah.
he used to draw plans and maps
Mm?
all in what we call China ink or China
Yeah.
ink, red,
Yeah.
sorry, black and
India.
red, red or black. And he did
You have
that
to learn it.
as his career. That's what he did, and so he had a very, very good handwriting, very good penmanship. So
I can remember in my times, if you learned metalwork or something, you have to learn really to write. It's called Normschrift or normative script, and you really had to learn totally exactly with a black ink pen to write perfect. The angles have to be correct, and everything. And if you don't want to do it, you used templates in different shapes, and same as we have on the typewriter with different kind of scripts, different sizes, different styles, cursive or whatever. I think they came often from Rotring, is a German brand for these technical drawing devices.
we had
And
those in school. We had those
yeah,
German templates in school. I did
yeah,
1 month of
yeah,
training in technical drawing, so
yeah,
I did that
exactly.
once. Yeah.
And this is a cheat, and this is a cheat machine for that. It's quite interesting. As I said, it's a gimmick. Daniel, or Danielle, I don't know, is it French or English
In French.
pronunciation? In French. You live in Canada, or do you live in Europe?
Canada. No,
In
so
Canada.
shipping, yeah, shipping would be a bit of a problem. But I was
Would be
saying, I think what I was saying was, I think I'll start looking for those in North America. So, like,
yeah.
I didn't know it
On the other hand,
existed.
I think it will be a bit problem to get it from here to Germany. Ah, here's the Kritzner. Yeah, there it is. I have to add my 2 to the typewriter database. Yeah, I see. Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, that's it.
And of course,
This
it's
is simple.
Maxim that has 2.
Here's everything. There's some people
Yeah.
have really everything. Something is
Yeah.
wrong. I don't know if I
That
told
is-
it.
One thing
Yeah.
that I was looking for recently was a stenotype, but
Oh.
there's plenty of those. Actually, there's
Oh,
quite
yeah.
a lot of those.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
I've seen one too here in Germany. There's one I've seen, but I really don't know if I should start learning this too. I still am thinking I have 2 of these brailles for blind people to write. I think I showed one, and this is one of my goals, maybe to learn this. But then to start a stenotype again, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, it's very different. I have 2 of them, and I had high hopes of learning how to do it, but it's much more complicated than you would imagine.
Mm,
Because it's essentially like phonetic.
mm,
Yeah, it's
syllables.
tricky. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah,
Typing syllables, like
yep.
I think maybe maybe it would help if you learn before with a pencil. Normally they write it with a pencil on a then, and when you can do this, maybe it's easier to transform into mechanical stenotype. But I
Yeah.
think if I would find someone maybe for 20 or 30 or 40 euro, I would say okay, but not more, because I think it will just be hoarded in my shelf and not really to be used. And so
Yeah.
a nice thing, but not really important to have, I think.
Yeah.
But big respect when I see people in courtrooms when they are writing or something. It's really a kind of art, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. Definitely.
Right. So thank you, Robert. I'm gonna have lunch. I'm just gonna switch the camera off, but I'm gonna be listening.
Okay.
So I'm gonna
Okay.
stick
Excellent.
around.
We
All
don't
right.
mind
All
watching you
right.
eat.
Bon
Yeah.
appetit.
I do. I do.
I know, I'm just like,
But keep the microphone on. Ah,
Crunch, crunch, crunch.
we like this sound. Yeah,
All right. Maybe we'll see you later, Daniel.
yeah. Au revoir. Yeah, nothing more to report.
Okay.
First year. And I have another machine here, but this can also be narrated next week because I still need some ammunition for here. So that's
Excellent.
quite okay. And maybe, yeah. I had 2 weeks off now. Tomorrow I got to go back to work. So nothing more to report. And always just out listening to you and hoping for a nice discussion as ever.
Yes. Excellent. It's good to see you, Robert.
Always, I like it really to be here.
Very good. Very good.
Okay.
Brendan, how are you?
I'm good. I'm good.
Excellent. Excellent.
Yeah, things are great. I have somebody coming over in a little bit, and I'll see if he wants to be introduced. He's the one who
is Dave
he
coming
brought
over?
me a Hermes 3000. Had a random skipping issue, still does,
Oh.
but he's the one that built me this fountain pen, and he's bringing it over right now. And he built it out of this 8,000-year-old piece of oak from a Siberian. It was found a log in a Siberian permafrost, and it's been carbon dated to 6,600 BC or something. And he built me a fountain pen out of that, which is mind blowing. So
Wow.
he's actually bringing it over right now. He's not here yet, but I'm going to surprise him. He's been eyeing my Oliver 5. And he's been saying, hey, if you ever want to sell it. So I'm going to gift it to him today when
nice.
he's
Oh, wow.
here. He doesn't know that yet. So I'm going to gift him this Oliver 5 because he's been talking about it. So yeah, so he's going to be here in about 10 minutes with his wife. So I might sign off for a bit and I'll jump
Okay,
back in
okay.
and I'll ask him if he's cool with going on this. But so this was my latest. I got this about a year and a half ago, and I never did anything with it. And it's a Calibri N. It's a 62 Calibri N, and I'm amazed at how different it is from the Neckerman. I have a Neckerman Junior 57, which I'm really was quite shocked at how different it was with the carriage shift adjustments are in completely different places. But yeah, it was fun. I got the ribbon spools down at Typespace when I was in Portland a few weeks ago, and so I actually thought, time to get on the Calibri, and I got it all running yesterday. So that's pretty cool. What else? I bought an Adler 32 yesterday. I haven't picked it up yet, but there's a Remington 8 upstrike around here for $50 if anybody wants that, which is
Oh, wow.
yeah, I could pick it up for if anybody wants it. I don't know, it's a little too not my thing, the upstrikes.
Yeah, exactly.
But what else? Getting a typewriter ready, a 1939 Corona Zephyr. Gonna restore it and gonna present it to Margaret Atwood in on May 7th.
Oh,
She's
wow.
doing a speech here. And then my artist friend is gonna do some Margaret Atwood art on it, and then I'm gonna present it to her then. So I'm fixing that one up. I can't believe how basic the Corona Zephyr is. It's
So
the precursor to the Skywriter, but it's so basic.
Is
Like
that the Zephyr Deluxe, Brendan, or just the Zephyr?
I
If
think
it's
it's just
If it's got the thumb carriage return on it, that's just the basic one.
yeah, it's got the thumb
Yeah.
carriage return. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
super cool.
yeah, and it's they're so basic. I couldn't believe it. I had to take all the type bars off and clean them up, but just the escapement is hilarious. It's kind of funny how it works. It's just this little metal wire that the arm hits that advances the. It's pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, and what else? I met Sean's cousin last weekend.
Oh,
Yeah, small
We
world.
had our band had a show in this little town called Kimberley at Ski Hill, and but we were talking, and I said, "Oh yeah, I'm into typewriters." Oh, my cousin's really into typewriters. He lives in Calgary, and I said, "Sean," and he said, "What? How did you know that?" So it was a really small world.
I get a text from my cousin saying, "You would never guess who I met," and then the next thing that comes through is a picture of him and Brendan, like, you know, and I was like, "Holy, what a small world!" Anyway, it's super funny.
wow.
And not just that, but we were talking, oh, he says, oh, I live near Vancouver in this suburb. And I said, oh, whereabouts? Oh, this, Burnaby. I said, well, where in Burnaby? Well, North Burnaby. Well, where in North Burnaby? And he told me the street, and I had grown up literally across the lane from the house he owned. So it was just a weird kind of small world, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so when my friend's going to be here any minute, and he's going to show me how to use a fountain pen. I've never used a fountain pen. And
Oh,
I
wow.
love it.
it's an 8,000-year-old fountain pen. So I'm
Wow.
excited to see it. And then I'll show it to you guys when
Very cool.
yeah, so I might jump off for a bit and then
Okay.
leave. I'll keep listening.
Very good. Very good.
So,
Yeah.
Brendan, a quick way to determine if it's a Zephyr or a Zephyr Deluxe is by the prefix of the serial number. If the prefix is a 1X, it's a Zephyr. If it's 1Y, it's a 1Y, it's a Zephyr Deluxe.
It is
It's even easier if you look at the stripe on the case.
what is it? Oh, and then no case.
No, like the body, the shell.
Oh, the shell's not here. The shell's at my friend's house. I'm just trying to see where
The serial number is stamped on the inside of the right-hand side of the frame.
Yep. One Z.
Okay, yep. Sorry. Next.
One Z 57205.
Okay, it's a Zephyr.
Yeah.
I did it the wrong way around. Sorry.
Yeah, it's I'm amazed at how basic it is. I love it for that. That it's pretty cool. It's a 39, and it's the same year that Margaret Atwood was born. So that's how I picked it.
Perfect.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
What else? Yeah. Oh, I brought 6 typewriters up to my daughter's middle school. They're still up there. I brought them up a couple weeks ago. And I guess every day there's just kids crowded around the typewriters, like all day, like whenever they're there. So I brought 6 different ones, standards and ultra portables and stuff. Nothing with the
Magic margin.
No miracle tabs or miracle margin.
Yeah.
Miracle margin. What's it called again? Magic margin.
Magic margin.
No, never bring those out to public places. And my event that I'm putting on is in 2 weeks. So I'm putting on the typewriter takeover at a local brewery. And yesterday, my artist friend Dave Benning, who paints all the crazy art, he had an art show yesterday, and we had a bunch of the typewriters down there, and it was pretty cool. A lot of positive response. But I'm
Excellent.
gonna jump out, and then
Okay.
I'll get back in a bit.
Very cool. Very cool. All right. Sean, how are you doing?
Oh, I'm very good. How are you, Gregory? We've really missed you. I'm really happy to see you.
Yes, yes. Much better. It's still not 100%. This last 10% or so is taking a bit.
Well, as a young
Fortunately,
guy, you'll bounce back.
yeah, yeah. Fortunately, my boss is very, very understanding. So whenever possible, she sends me home early. So and the first week that I was sick, I had the whole week off, so that
Yeah.
helped.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well, good to see
definitely.
you. We've missed you. It feels like it's been a while. So
I know. Plus, there was Easter in there too, where we had
yeah,
no meeting whatsoever.
yeah.
Yeah.
We had to entertain ourselves, and without you here, it's just not the same dynamic, right?
Oh, that's special.
Yeah, yeah. No, it's
So what
it's
have
good
you
to be
been up
back.
to?
Um, Typewriter stuff and mailbox stuff. So
Ah,
I don't know if I ever showed. I did buy a glass mailbox. That what the Colby had one, and he showed it off
yeah,
at
yeah.
one of the meetings. Oh shoot. Anyway, I'll pull it off the wall. So I went. I'm not much of a woodworker type, but I went and bought a really nice piece of walnut.
Oh,
Um, and what I did is I mounted it. I finished it off, and I routed the sides and
yeah,
polished it and did the full thing so I could mount this. And yeah, just stuck it on the wall this morning. But it'll hold my letters now. So
yeah.
when you get your letters, you drop them in. But the thing I found when I did this morning was your mail doesn't fall out; it just get caught on this.
Oh, that is so cool.
Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So got that visible mailbox.
Would it be
Wow.
glass so people could see that they have letters?
Exactly. Yeah. So back in the 30s and 40s, they glass mailbox. You didn't have to go fishing around and peek in to see if you missed anything. You could see that you had mail. Obviously, that changed because then people would steal your mail. But there's a little lock thing on the bottom here, but that won't stop a rock or a bat or something
Yeah.
breaking the whole thing. So they obviously didn't survive the ages, but the
Back
ones
when
you
there
could
was no
find
crime.
back when we lived in good neighborhoods and didn't have all these yahoos running around. So anyway, yeah. So now it's inside, being safe and hang on the wall, and I'll stick my incoming mail here as a reminder when I come to my desk every day that I got to write a letter back, so I can feel guilty about it every day I don't write.
Oh.
But yeah, so that's the mail box, which I was happy to finally
Nice.
get done. I took all week to finish that wood. Oh geez, what else was there going to be? Yeah, oh yeah, and then Brendan meeting my cousin, man, small world, funny stuff. And of course Brendan was wearing a typewriter t-shirt, and my cousin is like, yeah, well, that's why I figured out he liked typewriters. And I was like, well, thank God he wore that shirt. I bought one of those stamp sets because of what's his name,
Ah,
Ted, that
Ted.
god darn Ted. So I got
Yeah,
my
I got a set of that too.
yeah. So
There you go.
yeah,
Ooh, nice. I like it.
yeah, it worked out pretty good. So now I can
It was
stamp
Amazon,
things.
right?
Yeah, it was Amazon, but it ended up coming from, I don't know, Mars or somewhere like that. It took a long time for Canada. But yeah,
I
it's
think mine
nice.
I think mine came from England.
Yeah, that's where mine came from too. Yeah,
Okay.
but yours probably came a lot quicker than mine did. It was super slow.
Yeah, I'm surprised how
Yeah,
quickly mine came actually.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, the U.S., you guys are just more lucky with mail. We're more like third world country.
Oh.
Takes a while.
Yeah.
But I got into the you know how Ted's got all of those type manuals on
Yes.
TWB. So I was typing with my Halda, and I went on because I saw that the type bars were raw row. I went on, and I love doing this because Robert's here. I wouldn't have done this otherwise. So the raw row number 84 on my Halda, the 1930 raw row lists it as Elite Imperial Schrift, which is way cooler than Die Imperial Schriften lehnen sich stark an die zwei, I don't know, something else. Anyway, it's my shitty German. Sorry. Yeah. So
Wow.
anyway, Imperial, awesome. It's really shaded or Congress on an Olympia, but Yeah, I like those big long typeface things.
Yeah,
And then,
yeah.
as Robert mentioned, I got a robust 1942 military robust at the gun show. There was a gun show here in Calgary a couple weeks ago, and so I did that looking for not typewriters, because who expects to find a typewriter at a gun show?
Exactly.
And didn't see, like, there was nothing of interest. And then I got to the last table, and this typewriter sitting there in this big heavy duty wooden case, which I don't have with me right now because it's getting fixed. And I was like, whoa, what the heck? And yeah, it's a German Army typewriter. And I thought, well, I got to add that to my collection because it's a typewriter, and must be a sign. So the
Exactly.
the case is broke. The case was cracked pretty badly on the back, so I had to clamp it all and glue it here over the last week and screw it together. I probably am going to repaint the case because somebody painted over the German, the dark green that the Germans use. Painted a really light green, but it's all chipping and flaking off. So anyway, yeah, typewriter works great.
Bringing a typewriter to a gunfight.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. So yeah, anyway, it was good. It's got this little interesting door. And so I love when I talk to Robert, because Robert's English is not always the best. And this is why this is funny. So this little door here, it's hard to see, sorry. This little door here slides up and creates a little protection here. So but you can't see the type bar.
Interesting.
My camera.
Yeah. So when
I
I was talking to Robert about it, I said, "Hey, Robert, what's this little door for?" And Robert said, "It's to stop shrapnel." And I thought, well, if this typewriter is strong enough to stop shrapnel, that's a pretty darn good typewriter. And he said, no, it's not really shrapnel. It's more like debris and dirt and all that kind of stuff. So anyway, it was pretty funny. It's not a bulletproof typewriter. We're not going to shoot it. But yeah.
It was a eyes thing, so you can't see the letters.
Well, you can't. Yeah, when the door's up, you can't see what you're typing. So that sucks. So just leave it down. Yeah.
But
anyway,
although the typewriter can shoot, it's a great weapon if you are in a war of words.
Yep.
And to Ted's blog's name, to type, shoot, or type straight, shoot straight, whatever. Yeah. So anyway, yeah. So that's really oh my God. Brian,
Yeah.
Joe and Ted
three
in the
type
same
files
place
on one screen.
Holy man. That's super weird and cool. It's like one of those old TV shows that had a crossover episode.
Yeah. It's worlds colliding.
Yeah, it's like Johnny Carson, Laugh In, and
Like the Brady Bunch theme.
And yeah. Anyway, no, that's it for me. So other than that, yeah, that's really all that's going on here.
Very cool. Very cool. A nice pickup on that typewriter.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.
Yeah, definitely.
There's quite some interesting things with these typewriters. Sean and I were talking about it. Maybe I think Sean's typewriter was brought from an American soldier, maybe after the war, back to the US as a kind of a trophy or whatever. And his machine has something which no one likes, of course, but it's a piece of history. It has the SS signs above the number 5, I think. And mine, as you see, it's in black. I bought it without a case. And you see also the shrapnel protector here. I think it's really for that no dust comes in or whatever. This machine was built by serial number in 1944. And you may see here, when you look at the, I don't know if you can find it, the type, no, you can't see it here, or the number 5 here, it had
There you go.
before the SS runes, but it hasn't, it was changed. And when you open up the machine, you can see on my machine, but I think I have not a good camera. The SS sign was ground off. It was filed away.
So I think, of course, after the war, no one was ever a fanboy of SS anymore. Okay,
Rightly
and
so.
Yeah.
I
Rightly
never,
so.
no one, I think. And what is really quite interesting with this machine is, you see on the front there's a sign, a bureau machine. It was sold in Offenbach, my hometown. And the name Heinrich Morgenstern is quite interesting because Morgenstern is normally a typical Jewish name. And I'm now doing some research on it to find out what happened to this company, because the name of the company survived the war. I don't know what happened to these persons. Were they deported? Were they murdered? I don't think so, because I found in the telephone books, in the older telephone books, I found this name. Maybe he just wasn't Jewish, so nothing happened to him. But it's quite interesting to read this on this particular machine. Maybe this machine was never issued to the Wehrmacht. It is black, all in black, but it's very badly painted. I think it was just put in a tank of black color and nothing more. And you see on some pieces, you see a bit of this field gray color here where it's a bit rubbed off. Maybe here you can see in the corner a bit.
Yeah.
And you see on Sean's machine, here normally it's written Olympia. Here you can't see anything because it's just black. So yeah. And I think, Sean, if you open up your lid, I think this might look like an Royal KMM. I think you have two shields here, doesn't you?
Yeah, there's two little like royal style
this
portable
doesn't
shields.
have.
Yeah.
And I think in the military version, on the underframe here, there is a piece of metal to reinforce the construction. Is it there? Under the space bar.
Oh yeah, there's a lot more metal here.
Yeah, there's a reinforcement. Yes, exactly. So this is made for the military use, and you see this is just the civilian version.
Oh, okay.
And maybe it is like this at Olympia. After the war, there was a big lack of or a big demand for typewriters or for office machines, and so they picked up everything they could find in the storehouses of pieces and try to use it for civilian or for official use, for whatever. And I think this could the history of this machine be. I think,
Robert, what's really interesting is that bureau machine in office is in Offenbach, and that other typewriter you had earlier, the little printy one, that's
this one?
House machine in fabric is Offenbach as well.
No, this was Karlsruhe.
Oh, Karlsruhe.
This was sold in Karlsruhe.
What else were you showing that had Offenbach on it? Karlsruhe.
You mean this?
Okay. Yeah, never mind. I screwed it up. I saw Offenbach somewhere else when you were showing.
Maybe in other shows, I don't know, in other meetings, I don't know exactly. Well, I think the machine is, as a typewriter, it's okay. It's not a very good typewriter. I think if you compare it with an SM3 or something, it works, but it has not the finest sounds. And really, the problem is what we were talking about. When you write with it, you don't see what you have written, even when the slot is open. You just see a little piece of what you have written, or you have to write like this to watch over the machine to see what you have done. But it's a piece of history, and this is all about it. And normally the civilian version of the robust, I think it was the Olympia Fila or Progress. When you look at them at the database, you will find the same pieces, like here, the paper support, and this is.
But they had a square topped lid versus the rounded one.
Yes. But the mechanical are identical. Even the lever here, this lever is the same, and it's also made of just a metal and
bulletproof metal.
Bulletproof metal, as we say. And there's one difference also: the Fila and the civilian versions. This is a blank metal, and the military versions are darkened so that nothing shines on it and shows the enemy where you're just sitting and typing.
Very true. Yeah.
But it's really interesting piece. And in Germany, of course, I can tell you when I see these Olympia robusts, especially when they have the bad key on it, they run for about 500, 600 euros. Whew.
Yeah.
And this one here, I had luck because the seller, it was as I say, it was an Offenbach, yeah, and they told me his grandfather had bought this machine, and he just didn't know about that it's a robust and a denazified robust. And it was in the beginning of my collecting, so I just bought it because it was just here. And later I found out what is behind this machine. But it's quite
Wow.
interesting, I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
That's the same in America when you, for example, you have these, I like these machines, the military machines with only capital letters.
Oh,
Yeah.
I think in the Marine, they were used with only uppercase letters.
yeah.
I'd love to have a collection of the like U.S. Army, U.S. Navy, Smith Coronas, and those kinds of typewriters. But just finding them in the pricing, like with COVID and everything over the last few years, just exorbitant now. So it's too bad.
And the box for your Olympia Robust is later they sold for the Bundeswehr. They sold, I think it was SM3 in the same boxes in military color. Yeah.
I'll have to try to put an SM3 in there and see if I'm sure it'll work. It's about the same profile.
I think there may be some the blocks might be a bit other place, but try it out. But I will send you. I think I have found an internet site. I can send you. Then you get information about the later stories.
Oh yeah, so I'll just mention before Gregory, we move on really quick. So the latches on this typewriter case, everybody's familiar, I think, with the Enigma machine, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, super. I'd love to have an Enigma machine, but that costs a little more than anything else in the world. So the latches that they use on this typewriter case are the same kind of latches that were on pretty much every German military like wooden thing. You flip out the latch and it's got a little pin that goes in, and that's what locks in. Well, I realized I'm missing one of these pins, and I've been wanting to build an Enigma machine of my own for the last few years, and I realized, like, where the hell are you going to get one of these types of latches with these little pins? And there's a guy on eBay that sells reproduction Enigma parts, and he's got a latch with that pin in it, so I was like, perfect, I can replace my latch and fix everything up. And
Wow.
I love stuff like that, because sometimes we can't find replacements for things that we don't have.
Nice.
Scavenging something else. So anyway, that's it for me.
Okay. I did see in the comments, Daniel says, I also saw Offenbach at the beginning of Robert's presentation, but it was the address on the rubber stamp of the bookmaker.
You're right. That's what it was. It was the rubber stamp,
Yeah.
Robert. It's Offenbach as well.
Yes.
So see, it wasn't just me, and I wasn't me thinking like last
This
week.
one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thanks.
So you're not
Danielle.
crazy after all.
Yeah, okay, good. So, and that was like, see, and that's what I like. I love Robert. I think I'm not making fun of you. I absolutely really, really respect you. I just thought it was very funny when you were like, oh, he was a bookmaker. And everybody here goes, oh, a bookmaker, what a prestigious, position. And then you basically said, well, actually, he was a bookie. And everybody's like, oh.
Yeah.
Everything's fine.
Yeah.
And sorry for my bad English.
No.
Oh, no,
no apologies. You're great. It's just, it's fun.
Yes,
Yes,
everything's
okay. Excellent.
Well, yes. William, I'll answer your chat right now. William wrote me something.
Oh, okay. All right. Susan, I think did you have a type in?
I did. I had a type in yesterday,
Excellent.
and it was awesome. It was a lot of fun. And we were at a new venue, so it was a much bigger room, so we had plenty of space. And we had some new people that came, which was great. And as someone was bringing typewriters in, they came. We had a separate entrance that we could use through the side, but they came in through the library, and they walked through the library with typewriters, and people were so excited, and they just came right on in, which was awesome. So we got a lot of new people that way. And one lady was so excited about the typewriters that she ended up staying the whole 3 hours that we were there
Wow.
talking about typewriters. So that was really cool. One of the people that came, his name is Justin, and he is a type pal from Oklahoma. And he just started his own business called Oklahoma Typewriter. And he came down, and that was great because he got to meet a lot of people in North Texas. And we're so desperate for typewriter repair that, that was really great. We had a little corner where people were actually repairing typewriters. 2 people were working on typewriters, which was nice. One of them, Cesar Martinez, spent his spring break with Bob Marshall in California, learning some new tricks of how to repair typewriters. And it was really great. I posted a lot of pictures. I posted them on our the Typewriter Club Live Facebook page. The most popular typewriters that I brought was, well, of course, Betty, the SG1, super popular. And I had brought this copy stand, and the big copy stand that stands behind her where you can use that to type off of your, do your final draft by putting your first draft on there. And everyone was just enthralled with that. And then today I've got in front of me my Hermes Media, my 1949 Hermes Media. That was a super popular one too. Of course, I brought other Hermes machines, the minty green ones and things. So people were able to kind of compare what it felt like to type on a 3000 versus the Media, which, is a lot snappier and not quite as mushy, as the 3000. But I'm really loving this Media. I know last time Ted said, oh, he didn't like the Medias or the 2000s, but this one reminds me a lot of my Royal Arrow, frankly. They're the same time period, but it, obviously it looks a little bit different, but they're both they're deceptively small and they type very snappily. So I really like this little typewriter. We also spent a lot of time talking about paper. I brought a lot of vintage paper, and so people could try different weights of paper, different textures of paper. And that was a lot of fun. So it was a great typing. We had a great time, and I think everybody really, really enjoyed it. And obviously we'll be doing it again. And yeah, it was fun.
Very cool. Very cool. Excellent.
And I can see that Joe and Ted and Brian are all having a type in too. And those
and
I think are a lot of fun.
Yeah. I think even Kevin Kittle's there.
Yes, Kevin Kittle, along with our friend Bill, is here.
Oh, Bill, Ted.
Some who wish to remain off camera, but that's fine.
That's fine. That's fine.
Yeah, we have a nice little gathering here at Brian's, and coffee and muffins, and we're having a great time. And he just showed us his typewriter collection. Brian did. And
Cool.
so yeah,
and Brian, you now have 2 SG1s, don't you?
I do, yes.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And so we spent some time with Ted.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Did you guys do any thrifting or anything?
What's that?
Did you do any thrifting or anything?
We haven't. No, not yet. Not yet. But
Brian has.
oh, okay. Okay, so we're going to be having some fun for thrifting.
Nice.
Tomorrow we go over to Mesa and visit Bill Wall at Mesa Typewriter Exchange, and that'll be fun. Seeing Bill. I brought a couple of machines for Bill to work on, so yeah, that'll be fun.
Excellent.
And let's see, I just got a typewriter from Ted here.
Yeah.
I just got an
old Underwood 5.
Underwood 5. So
Trago.
yeah, so I'll be cleaning that up when I get home, and that'll be fun. So find room for that.
I got rid of 2 machines this weekend.
Yeah, that's right. So that's fun.
Nice.
But yeah, we're just having a nice little visit here in Arizona. It's a nice time of year. Temperatures well, this morning it was in the 70s and probably get up to the low 90s today, maybe.
85, 86.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah, pretty good, pretty good. Nice, dry, warm. So
Yeah. So is the hangout just for the day, or is it a couple days, or?
well, we got in Friday. We saw Ted Saturday, yesterday, and today. So we're going to be leaving on Tuesday. We're just kind of hanging out in
Okay.
the area and visiting, and we're going to see Bill Wall, of course.
Of course.
So yeah,
Nice.
yep. And I'm taking pictures, of the typewriter collection and all that. So shooting some video also for a future video. So
Nice.
it'll be fun. Yep.
Yeah. Very cool.
I
Well,
didn't
I
do
think
the typing assignment, by the way.
what's that?
I didn't do the typing assignment, by the way.
Oh, that's okay.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we went to a tiki bar.
Oh, cool. Nice.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, we're just hanging out, having a good time, and spending time with the typospherians here.
Yeah, yeah.
Having our own private typing. Kevin is typing on, what is it? Whole steel.
Ah, okay.
And Ted is typing on a facet, and right here is this Remington Starfire.
Oh, yes, yes.
Oh, those are pretty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Very cool.
One of the people at my type-in reminded me of Kevin Kittle yesterday because he announced that he is collecting large typewriters now, not portable typewriters. So it reminded me of Kevin a lot, and I laughed and I said, I know someone who thinks that people are missing out if they don't have any standard typewriters or larger size typewriters. And he said, they are missing out. I said, not me, I have some. Yeah, that reminded me of Kevin.
And I have that.
He has collected, he gave me an Underwood, or no, he gave me an SG1 to take to Colorado to be repaired, as well as a Selectric. So, but he had just recently purchased an more modern looking Underwood 5. It was really cool looking. He brought that to the type-in, and yeah, he said, I'm really into the standards now, the bigger machines. I said, well, great.
I'm curious to hear how people are finding storage space for the standard machine, right? Because they do take up room, and you can't just stick them in a closet. They don't have a case. So it would be fun to hear how you guys are storing them and dealing with the room they require.
Brian's got that solved.
Yeah.
He just doesn't have kitchen
Well, he puts them on the, Brian just puts his on the kitchen counter. So that's easy. But
Well, I actually have a room in my house that was a spare bedroom, and now there's only just the two of us here. And so I still have a spare bedroom. So I'm using that room as my office / typewriter room.
oh, nice.
And in that room, I have a typewriter desk, which for one standard. And then I have a kind of like a credenza where my Selectric and the other standard go. And then I have a wall of shelving that the desk faces. And in there, I have all kinds of interesting things, including typewriters. And then I have another storage space where I have more typewriters on the side wall. So,
Wow.
yeah, but you're right. It can be challenging. So you kind of have to pick and choose. You can't have them all. Unlike Kevin, I guess Kevin can have them all, but 2 is my maximum number of standards. And now that I have Andre the Giant and Betty, that will be sufficient.
Me and my friend Ethan had designed and built this storage box for the KMM. And so maybe that's something that people would start doing, is making homemade, containers for their big standard typewriters. Then you could at least put them on the floor and stack them, maybe.
Yeah.
Make shelving, get shelving that's big enough to put a standard typewriter on.
Exactly.
But it is a very different experience typing on a standard than typing on a portable, really.
Yeah.
And
Yes. Yeah.
it's a much more obviously solid experience when you're using a big machine that's not going to slide around or move, or I don't know. It's built to really be hardworking.
Right.
The return levers all feel different. All of the moving parts. I don't know. I do appreciate them.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So that was my experience at the type-in. It was great. We had a lot of fun and everybody enjoyed themselves and nobody wanted to leave. We had to finally say, okay, we have to get out. People want to get in.
How many guests do you think you had?
We probably had about 75 people altogether throughout the time period. We had some families that came in that there had been library activities going on and they ended up coming in, which was a lot of fun. And, but we had probably a core group of about 35 people that were there for most of the time that we were there.
That's a pretty good for a group.
Well, it's like I said, we had people that came from all over. People came from Houston and San Antonio, and Austin, and East Texas, like over by I don't know how familiar you are with Texas, but close to Louisiana.
Okay.
So they drove a few hours to get there. People came from Oklahoma. So yeah, and we were buying, selling, trading. There's a lot of that going on. There's some horse trading going on. I sold a typewriter. So I came home with one less, which was an accomplishment, an achievement.
Just making room for a new machine in the future, right?
I know. Well, what it was is I have so many cursive machines right now that I had to say goodbye to one. So I picked the one that I'm least likely to reach for, and it's in great shape, and I sold it and it's gone off to a new home, and yay me, because now I have the Torpedo that has the exact same typeface that one has, and I love the Torpedo. So, although my Torpedo has that little issue on the letter W key where the thing is peeling up. So now I have to figure that out. And I'm really nervous. So I may be taking that one to Darwin to have him fix that, glue that down, because I'm so worried I'll screw it up. And all I don't want to do is have super glue all over the place.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but this little Hermes Media, really cute machine. And, there was another person that had a Hermes Media, an older one than this, that had the glossy finish. But this one has the crinkle paint, and I really kind of like it. It has a cute look, and it's a Swiss keyboard, so it has the German and the French diacritics, so that's fun. And it's my only quartz keyboard, so fortunately I type very slow, so it's no problem. I have time to figure out where the Y is, remember where it is. But yeah. And that's it for me.
All right. Well, that sounds great that you had another successful type-in. Was there anything you did differently this time than other times?
Oh, I brought a lot more ephemera and stuff. And so I set up more displays. So that was fun. Like, I used my posters from the typing teacher. I brought a lot of office supplies, vintage office supplies, and decorated all of my tables where my typewriters were. So that was always fun. Everybody always loves that. I brought some of the books that I just recently gotten that are so cool. And people love flipping through those. Like I said, I brought a lot of vintage paper so people could try different kinds of paper. And oh, I brought those little mystery things, those little mystery booklets where it gives you instructions of how to type,
Oh,
and you end up doing a picture.
yeah,
And
yeah.
so people were enjoying those, using those. And I've never had a little station set up. I set up a little station for people to help people with their typewriters that weren't quite working correctly. I've never done that before. We've never had room to be able to do that. So that was nice. And so they brought their tools, and they had I brought mats and stuff, and they were able to actually set up little workstations where they were able to diagnose things or show people how they could fix things. And that was neat.
Yeah.
So we did that differently, so that was nice.
Very cool. Very cool. Excellent. Well, it's so good to see you, Susan.
It's always good to see you, Gregory. We do miss you. I agree with Sean. We're very lame at keeping things on track ourselves. We kind of go off the rails in different directions, and somehow we try to get ourselves back on track, but it's not quite the same as when you're here.
Oh, I appreciate that. Excellent. All right. William, how are you doing?
You did.
There you go.
There we go.
Doing pretty good. I'm going to say nothing new in the typewriter world.
Oh, okay.
I did get a rather pretty postcard from a type pal.
Oh, nice.
Yes. Norma Jean Baker.
Yeah.
Of course, you know what her stage name was.
Marilyn Monroe.
Yep. This is from Was. Was Flint.
Oh, yes,
So,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Yep.
From Joe's neck of the woods.
Yes, yes.
Very cool.
And has cute little hedgehog stickers all over it.
Oh, cool. Very cool.
Yeah, so I've been thinking about typing a letter, so I guess this is kind of my invitation to do so.
There you go. No excuse.
I sent my postcard off to Joe Bernardo. Also, my figuring is when I'm sending a postcard to overseas, it's going to cost $2.70 to send a postcard, or to send an envelope with 4 pages of writing in it and a couple postcards and a picture or two. Someone to do the whole kit and caboodle.
Yeah. And that's perfectly okay. The idea is just to use our typewriters. So
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'm glad you're still enjoying the postcard exchange. So
yeah. See, I didn't do many exchanges last year because things were so far off the rails. I'm still working on getting back on the rails. And as far as the type prompt, I didn't actually type anything, but what are the obstacles? When you're spending 8 hours a day in the shop, then a couple of 3 hours in the evening doing paperwork, then searching, ordering, and inventorying parts, by the time all that's done, you're pooped.
yeah, exactly.
I say, once the business is retired, I should have a lot more time for typing to friends, family, and of course, friends include type pals.
Yes.
Yeah. So that's about it for me.
Okay. Well, it's so good to see you, William.
Great to be seen. Great to see you all you people too.
Angela, how are you doing? You have a kitty.
Have to move this closer. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I knew if I was too far away.
Oh.
Yeah, he's not happy. I just got up. Look at that face. He's like,
Oh.
Annoyed. Oh, now he's gonna cough. Yeah, actually dropped in for a meeting today.
Yeah. How have you been?
I've been okay. Yeah, I've been working on doing things on my house. My youngest moved out, and now I can actually clean the house and make it look good without having to worry about
Oh,
dirty feet and all the other things that go with kids. So cleaning and painting spree.
excellent.
Must have gotten up and made him start coughing. Is there any Herman that's going to ever happen live? No? Oh, great. There goes the cat. I hope we have an actual Herman's at some point, because I would love to bring some typewriters and do some selling, because there's nobody around here.
Oh yeah.
I don't love the idea of packaging and shipping at all. It just sounds so time consuming.
Oh yeah.
Have a virtual Angela's.
I don't want it virtual. I need it to be live.
Okay, a live Angela's.
Yeah, I wish I had the space.
It's okay. We could crowd in.
My house is pretty small. I wish somebody would do one. Is that never going to happen again, do you think?
Oh yeah, I'm sure it will.
Yeah.
I know October was but I haven't heard a thing about it.
Yeah. And then I think I had heard something about March, but March has come and gone, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. Virtual is nice, but there's nothing like being together. Because I have not.
Yeah.
Here I started collecting. I didn't know about it. And then the next year was COVID. So I've never actually had a chance to meet other typewriter people in person.
Yeah. So how's the letter writing going? Anything there?
I'm behind. Well, because I was in Mexico for a month.
Oh yes.
I got back and I wrote 3, but I've already gotten back letters from 2 of those. I haven't really made much progress in catching up yet, but Ivan is next, and Yvonne, because and now I have my Spanish keyboard, so I can write to him in Spanish.
Yes, exactly.
A lot longer because it's not my native language, so
yeah,
a lot harder.
Yeah.
Occasionally, we'll translate.
Yeah.
Someone named Teresa, and I'm going to have to look up her name because I lost the paper that came with it. But she sent me one of the little correction things that you use by hand.
Oh yeah.
That was closer to the parchment color that I have. That was randomly sent it to me, so I need to write to her. But I think there's only one Teresa on our type house.
Teresa from New York City.
Okay, yeah. So yeah, I need to write her first. And she sent me something.
Very cool. Yes, the type pals are so very generous, so it's pretty amazing. Yeah. Well, it's so good to see you, Angela.
You too, all of you.
Excellent.
On my TV, so if I keep looking up, it's because I see you. And my computer's right here. That way, I was like, hey, I might as well sit on the couch today, and now I might get a typewriter out and actually type.
Yeah.
I am too ADHD to just sit.
Okay.
Usually I end up surfing the web and missing half of what people say.
Yeah. Very cool. All right.
Oh, and I was going to say, William was talking about falling off the rails, but William, do you know what hat you're wearing? You should be falling off the wall.
Let's zoom in on his hat.
He was wearing a Pink Floyd hat.
Yeah, I know.
Wow. Not often William gets gotten with jokes.
Very cool. Yeah, a good eye, Angela. Oh, that's funny. All right.
I'm gonna
Well,
meet-
again, it's good to see you.
Thanks, you too. I'm going to meet myself again now.
Okay. Danielle, how are you?
I'm doing great. It's
Excellent.
last weekend was Easter, of course, and so I was traveling. My wife and I, we went to family to get together, and so on and so forth. So it's missed any gathering that took place spontaneously or whatever it is. But yeah, it was strange here because in this part of Ontario and in southwestern Quebec, we had a very major ice storm, freezing rain, and 1 million people lost power, and some of them for 5 days. And so that was before Easter and throughout Easter. So some people spent Easter without power, and it was, we had lots of snow still on the ground. And yesterday was 30 degrees Celsius or 86 or 86 degrees Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Yesterday, and today it's going to be 78 or something like that Fahrenheit. And we had one day we had snow on our flower bed. The next day the snow was gone, and the day after the tulips are popping up. So that's how quick things can go in the spring in Eastern Canada. So it's a major change. Yeah. Like we had our winter tires because we still had like snow 2 weeks ago, and now we are like, it feels like summer. That being said, it's unusually warm for the season, so it's going to go back down to I don't know, mid-50s or something like that during the day in the coming days. So it's just to say that there was a wide, difference in temperature. And as I posted a photo of the very large number of letters that I got all of a sudden, like in one day I got 7, and 2 days before I had to go 3. So like a bunch of them came through. So people are either like synchronized or it just happened like that. So I got a bunch that came in. I look forward to replying to those, and I look forward to writing to new people too. So some new people have joined, and some type pals that I've never written to, and yet I've seen them for 2 years, and like, why not write to them? So there's a few names that don't necessarily come to those Sunday Zoom meetings, but they're still in the background and active on the forum and so on and so forth. And so I think I'm going to do that.
Excellent.
And just yesterday, I happened to have spotted a well, it's not a rare, but it's an Olympia SM9 with a wide carriage. So I wouldn't say it's rare, but they don't come by that often, and it was for a very, very reasonable price, but it was in Quebec City. So actually, through the marvel of the Facebook group, there's someone there in Quebec City that, like, we met virtually through the Facebook group, and she's offered to help. So, hey, that's fantastic. So
yeah,
I think I'm gonna get an SM9 with a wider carriage in a case. It also has a special case for it. So not just like not just on its own. I've seen in the past some SM9s wide carriage without cases, and I've always passed them. It's like, no, it's like having a standard. Like we were discussing, like folks were discussing earlier, what do you do with standards? How do you store them and everything? And so it's a problem, right? So short of building some shelves customized for standards, or building boxes like Joe suggested, it's difficult to store. So I'm more thinking about shelves myself, because I have a number of standards that I have 2 Selectrics, and I have 3 other standards. I have five standards now, and
Wow.
so I need one set of shelves just for those 5s, and wide enough because the Selectrics are very wide. I'm almost out of the camera range, right? They're too wide.
Yeah.
And some other standards are not that wide. So the Olympia's standards are the SG1 and SG3. They're not that wide, but they're certain size. So they need special space.
Yeah.
And and I actually, for my fellow Canadians listening online, I've discovered that there was a sale, or there's still a sale. They're clearing all of their nice business paper for quite a discount. So the Southworth type of paper, I'll grab one of those that I got yesterday. So Southworth, there's parchment specialty paper. Let me just bring it closer. These were severely discounted because I think they're just clearing. They want to get rid of that line. They're not going to keep them in the stores anymore. Anyway, that's what I saw in my store that's closest to me. And plus, I actually negotiated another bargain because all these boxes had been like broken open. So it's like, oh, they're broken open, they're not new. So I got a further discount. So that's like the price of finding vintage paper at that price.
Which store was this?
Staples.
Okay.
And it's online too.
Okay.
No, sorry. Okay, they are advertising online, but you have to go pick it up. They won't ship. So I don't know if that's convenient for you. If you want, get in touch with me. If you want some, I can arrange to have it mailed to you. But it's quite heavy, so
Yeah.
I will check our local Staples. My nearest Staples is down in Lethbridge, which is 85 kilometers away. Just now is just 50-minute drive.
Yeah. But what I was saying is that unbeknownst to me, the sale had been on since February. So I hadn't been in the Staples, which is for me like 2-minute walk. Literally. I hadn't been in there. And I just happened yesterday to take a walk to drop some books at the public library, and it's on my way, and so I stopped and I went like, oh my God, like there's been that sale and they've already sold out so many of the papers that I wanted.
Yes.
But if you happen to be close to a Staples, driving by, do check them out. I don't know in the US, right? I can't speak for the others, but what I saw online was for all of the Staples in the area here, they were all clearing that kind of paper.
Yeah, actually, I was at Staples the other day, and they did have the Southworth in the clearance section, so like heavily marked down. So, yep.
Okay, so there you go, American friends.
Yeah.
Like if you're looking for that kind of paper, if you want that kind of paper, this is 24 pounds. It's a little bit thicker and it's very nice paper. And it's the business. So this says parchment, but the other package that I got is business paper. And it's not like resume or very thick. It's not like 32 pounds or thicker. So 24 is kind of a nice weight.
Yes.
I also use airmail paper, which is very, very thin. So I like I like a variety of paper, but
Yeah.
this is a public announcement for people. Just be aware. There's
Yeah.
a sale going on. Like really,
Yeah.
really, you can get good deals. And if they, like me, you find the boxes are a bit damaged, that they might be amenable to a further, reduction, which is
Yeah.
what I got. So
Yeah.
2 boxes of 100 sheets is what I got.
Nice. Nice.
So,
And
Daniel,
yeah,
thinking about your shelves to store your standard typewriters, what I figure is if you make the shelf deep enough from the wall for the typewriter to sit with the carriage against the wall plus another 6 inches, then the next one you can sit with the carriage out with the space bar against the wall, so the two can sit beside each other, so the carriages overhang.
Ah.
right. So that is if you want them wide. But I was
Yeah.
thinking about like one machine wide and going in height. So that's
Okay.
my original idea. But
Ah.
I see your vision of it, and yes, it would work. It would totally work. And I'll think about it. That's a good suggestion.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that.
Yeah, especially if you have some of the wide carriage standards.
I don't.
Yeah. And
I don't like them.
Okay.
I don't like them.
You were talking about your wide carriage SM9. I managed to stumble across one of those fairly early in my typewriter collecting adventure. And if I know that I'm going to be sitting down for what I call a long haul letter writing, like 8+ pages, that's the machine I go to.
I have an SM9 with the regular carriage.
Mm-hmm.
And now the one that I spotted in Quebec City for a really, really reasonable price, and I'm really talking good deal, has a 12-inch platen. So when I say wide, it's a bit bigger for a portable.
A little bit, yeah.
But it's not like in the 16-inch or whatever size of. I mean, the Selectric has a 15.5-inch platen, so that's big. But the machine itself is big, and for the Selectrics, I think I might store them with the axis. Like you said, you look at the shelves and you can see the front of the typewriter, but maybe the Selectrics, I'll turn it 90 degrees and I'll store it like that.
Yeah.
So we'll see how that goes.
Yeah.
And I've also been restocking on stamps. So that's something that my local place where I usually go, they don't stock all of the available stamps. I don't know why their stock is limited, but I happen to live in Ottawa, that's the city where the headquarters of Canada Post Corporation is, and there's a store that you can go at the headquarters of Canada Post Corporation that has a great number of stamps, including older ones that they've released and they have still to sell, and I've fallen off of fashion or something like that.
So, yeah.
So that has been like, oh my God, yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
I did do one of those eBay deals where I picked up a pack of, I don't know, a bunch of 1 to 3 cent stamps. But it was interesting. I was looking through there and I found one that was 1/2 cent. So that was interesting.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is cool.
Yeah. Plus there was another stamp in there that I was wanting. It has Edgar Allan Poe on it. He's one of my favorite writers. So I was thrilled that that one just happened to be in there. So yeah. Very cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, I subscribe to the USPS has, I think it's called the Philatelic or something like that. It's like I don't know if it's quarterly or semi-annual, essentially a catalog. and they're introducing all the new stamps, and so I get that, and my wife and I go through and like look at the different stamps we want to get this time, and so yeah, that's a lot of fun. So
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, and that is a lot of fun. I have a brother that for longest time collected stamps and bought like the new stamps, and I just grabbed. Okay, let me just. So that's the English side. That's the catalog. That's the catalog that for the Canada Post Corporation. So they're. I actually picked it up. And there's one side in English, and then you flip, and then you have the French side, and that is a stamp for a very famous actress from Quebec that passed away. And yeah, you have all the new issues. Whoops, all the new issues, and quite a number that aren't even pictured.
Yeah.
So that's the kind of like. Listen, I think it's twice a year. This comes up twice a year.
Oh, okay.
About the same. It's the same concept, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, USPS and
yeah.
But I was surprised that I didn't know that. Maybe it's just because I am not that much into stamp. That they had also like still like stock of stamps at the headquarters.
Yeah.
And so stamps from 2005, for instance. So that's
yeah.
That's like some time ago.
Yeah.
And stamps from 2017 as well. So anyway, and that's for me. I'm just happy to see you back. See you in better health.
You.
While we're on the subject of stamps, I just got a postcard from my brother, and that is the first stamp that I've seen with King Charles on it.
No kidding. Oh. They were quick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Our king is a tired old man.
So, William,
yes.
I don't know if the camera is rendering the colors properly, but what color is it? Is it green?
Green, yes. Kind of olive green, boring.
Wait, yeah, it doesn't match. I think it's a hard press to match his mother's.
Oh, that's a beautiful one.
I still have.
I got that set too. Yeah.
Yeah. So they still have them. By the way, they still have them for sale. They haven't finished selling those. That came out for the Jubilee, and so that was just 2022, and then she passed away in September. So I rushed and I went to get those stamps, thinking that they would disappear, but they're still around. They're still new. I can get some.
Yep. If they've printed them, they'll just let them sell out.
Yeah.
There's no need to recall them, as far as I know.
No.
Yeah.
No, I'm not talking about recall. I was just thinking, William, that the demand would be so great that they would sell out. You know what I'm saying? But that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, they must have printed a huge number of them.
I think you're right, Gregory. I think that's the case.
Yeah. Excellent. All right. Well, it's so good to see you, Daniel.
I've spoken long enough, I think.
It's okay. Diane, how are you doing?
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
Good. Anything new in your world?
I think I had a machine that I couldn't show you before because I had it over at the shop. Let me see if I can pull it out.
I see Ted has joined us. Yay!
Thank you, Senior Heavy.
Good to see you, Ted.
And I complain about the portables. being heavy.
It's excellent to see you guys too. Figure out
Of course, I don't have a light on, but you can probably.
That's okay. We'll make do. Oh yeah, we can see it.
So it's an Electra. Can you tell?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Sorry. It's hard to get a straight picture while I'm holding the laptop and I'm looking at it from the side.
Which number is it?
What number?
It's the 120.
120,
Okay.
yeah.
I got the 210 here.
I think the 120 is the way to go with the manual carriage return. The 220 has there's so much force that when it drives it back, that the plastic gear tends to want to break on the 220s.
Oh.
Yeah, 110 is good too. Actually, it's a little bit lighter. For somebody that doesn't need the 12-inch platen, the 110 has enough of a platen to put an envelope in, and so it's not limited. But so 210, Robert says he has a 210, and it's similar to my Coronet 12, and this carriage does like slam.
Yep.
Like Brendan says, it slams.
Is there no brake like a tabulator brake or something? No.
No, only in the more expensive models. The more like the office types. Yes, there's a nice system in the office.
May it help to stop a little bit with the hand, or does it make it even worse?
No, hand is good. Yeah. But
I like the machine from typing. It's very fine to type on. But of course, I'm afraid when something is breaking, how shall I get here in Germany spare parts or something like that? So then I would try to be a bit more careful with it. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Very cool.
Well, it slams really. The entire table is rocking when it does CR.
Yeah.
You want to break, you got to get a brother.
Get a brother?
Like a JP2 or JP4, they have tabulator brakes. Short carriage ones. They're pretty high end.
Okay.
Yeah, the Olympia's SMs have them, but those little wedges in the Olympia tab brakes, they just disintegrate.
Spanned, they're pot metal.
Yeah, pot metal, zinc casting.
Yeah. Okay. So Diane, is that typewriter working or?
Oh yeah, it works.
Oh, okay. Excellent. And how do you like it?
I like it. I like it all right. It works good, and it's just a little heavy.
Yeah, definitely.
I have not gotten to that point where I can have a typewriter on my desk full time.
Yeah.
I have not figured out how to do that because I've got PCs and keyboards and scanner and a couple of monitors and cats that want to lay down in between me and any associated device.
Yeah.
So it's like, they've tried to lay on the keyboard. It's like, no, cat, this does not work.
Yeah.
Currently they are they're not really snoozing, but they're over by the window.
Oh.
At least those two.
Yeah.
And at least it isn't storming today like it was last night. Tornado sirens going off and
oh yeah. Wow.
Speaking of typing obstacles, which is the topic for today, we were just noting, Brian was just noting that as a bunch of people come into his house and start typing on all of his machines, pulling all of his machines off the shelves and typing on them, we're finding that a lot of the machines don't work as well as they're supposed to. And I
Oh.
ran into this last night when everybody came to my place, and I was like putting out machines. Machines I thought worked didn't work so well anymore.
Oh no.
So it's a good way to find out which machines don't actually work in your collection. And it's a typing obstacle because then all of a sudden I'm embarrassed because my machine doesn't work. And
Yeah.
type on that machine that I love so much. And,
Exactly.
Yeah, especially when you're showing off. You know, you're trying to show off, hey, look at all these awesome machines I got. And they're not so awesome.
things you don't find out until people come over.
But it's a reality check, you know. It's like, oh yeah, right.
I did find some postcards that had kind of gone missing during my move.
Oh. Ah.
North Dakota.
When I think of North Dakota, I think of there's a fairly popular fountain pen YouTuber that is in North Dakota. Wasky Squirrel.
Yeah, I've seen him online too.
Yeah.
There we go. Here's an important one.
Very cool.
And of course, here's the other, this is the actual important one that I was looking for.
Oh.
Rugby, North Dakota. Geographical center of North America.
Oh. Interesting.
So, yep, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a small town, but yeah, it's got that distinction.
That's all it has going for it.
No, I'm sure there's more to it than that, but
Yeah. Do they play rugby there though? That's the
no,
question.
they don't. Not that I could tell. You're about 50 miles from the Canadian border right there. So actually there's an international peace park if you go straight north, and I've been to that, and that's pretty cool.
Okay. Excellent.
It's been 210 years since we fought each other in a war. Like, I don't think we need our peace parks anymore. We're okay.
So what province is that south of?
Manitoba.
Okay.
And didn't Canada win that war?
We did.
Sure.
We burned down the White House.
Yeah,
just so you all know.
Yeah.
You burned down the pink house.
The pink house at the time, yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah,
So
I saw your typing prompt or whatever, too late to really do anything, mostly because I have troubles typing because of my cats.
There you go, that's a good obstacle.
It's a typing obstacle. It's like every time I sit down in the other room to type, I have a cat trying to get my attention, or well, mostly just trying to get my attention in ways that I really don't want to do. However, it seems if I have a typewriter in here where I'm sitting now, that's fine. I don't understand. It's like, give me a break. I need to have some of my big machines available in here.
Yeah.
But I finally did get a start on putting my new set of shelves together, but I guess I need to just bring them in and get some help to put it together, because it's not exactly, it's like, the main thing is I'm trying to get these portables off the floor so that I don't have to so I'm not walking through a path, because it's like, I have a path. You know, I have a path of typewriters, you know.
Make sure your shelving has wheels. It makes it
does.
so, yeah. It
does. It's like the stuff behind you.
Yeah. That's the stuff. Those are the bomb.
That's
They're great.
Stuff. And yeah, I'd rather have one with some of my standards on it in here. That way I could have a nice background. Of course, the thing is, we don't do video meetings for work, so I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
No, we just do audio, which is fine. I'm happy that they don't have to see the cats walking between,
The cat butts.
stepping on the keyboard is bad enough. It's like I've had cats step on the keyboard during a meeting
Oh yeah, we've heard it.
and type gibberish on the screen. It's like, thank you very much.
Yeah, they have to jump around pretty heavy to work, make stuff on a typewriter, though.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yes,
true.
this is true, but I have one that whenever he would, and he hasn't done this in a while, but he would be on a shelf and he'd jump down onto an SG1.
Oh boy.
I figured at least it was that one, because I know that one can take it.
Yeah.
I figure anything else and you're in trouble, cat, but that one can actually take it.
Yeah.
It's amazing how often when they do walk across your keyboard, they've changed it, everything into Russian, or the letters are this big. And it's like, I couldn't do that if I tried.
Portrait.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's something they did that's weird.
Oh yeah, it's like, what setting did you fuzzballs change? What did you do? And right now it's all of a sudden the screen zooms in to like a bazillion %, and I can see about this much of the screen because they've just, and it's like, what did you do? How do I undo this?
Talking about cats and
I love
typewriters.
my cats.
One of our cats, Jake, what he'll do if I have a typewriter out is that he'll press his paw down on the keys, then try and bat at the typewriters with his other paw as they're moving back and forth.
Yeah.
That's the good thing about the blind typers. Elliot cannot do that. He can't stick his paw down there and let me whack him with it's like, he used to stick his nose down there or stick a paw down there. All right, you're gonna do this, bam. I smack him with the key.
Oh man.
Yeah, he still likes to sit there and watch. It's like, you're gonna stick your nose in there, cat.
Yeah.
Okay. Tip.
Let me zoom in on you.
I don't know if you can see that.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's your camouflage typewriter.
Yeah.
Oh, what a pretty cat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Siamese.
Yeah. Nice. Very cool. You're a proud cat daddy.
Yep.
Excellent. Diane, anything else new with you?
I'm sorry?
Anything else new with you, Diane?
Well, I'm down to 5 cats. I don't know if that happened. No, seriously, that happened. My eldest cat passed away about a month ago. So,
yeah.
I don't remember if I told you guys or not. I know I posted it on Facebook, but that's meaningless. But yeah, she was 21. She'd had her birthday the Friday before, and she passed away on Monday. And she had spots on her liver, so she had like liver cancer so it was kind of a bummer, and not kind of a bummer, it was a bummer.
Yeah, definitely. 21 years, that's a long time, my goodness.
Yeah, she was a good girl.
Yeah.
I have no girl cats anymore. They're all boys.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know. It's like the 2 cats that I've lost another one. I've had another one was not doing well, and I had her put down back in November, and she was a girl, and I had one other girl before that. She passed away just suddenly on in like, I think it was 16 or 18. I forget which, but anyway, it's been a while since she passed, but she just all of a sudden one day she'd gone and she'd passed away, and it's like, I found her underneath a piece of furniture in my bedroom, and it was like, because she always hid. She'd come out, she'd eat, she'd use litter box, but she was always hiding under a piece of furniture, so I didn't see her a whole lot.
Oh, yeah.
But she had breast cancer. I'd had her breast tissue removed, and I don't really know what she passed away from, because there didn't seem to be anything wrong with her. I don't really know.
Wow.
So, anyway, so yeah, now I have no more female cats. It's a bummer, but
Yeah.
no, I'm not increasing the cats. No. It's like, the number of cats is on the way down, but
Yeah.
so I see that's all I had. I am curious. So we have Joe and Kevin and Ted all at Brian's house.
Yeah.
I missed the first hour of the call, so I don't know what that's all about. It was a Joe's road trip.
Yes.
Him and Kevin and Bill came down here from Albuquerque, and they came and visited me first. Hello, guys. And we had a day yesterday, and then today we came down here to Buckeye to visit Brian. We're going to have a day here. He's got some activities planned for us, and then on Monday we're going to go down to Bill Wall's Mesa Typewriter Exchange and hang out with him for the day. So we got the whole weekend planned out.
Hi,
Nice.
Kevin.
It's been a bunch of fun.
I see the other guy's knee behind your head to the other side, Ted.
Oh,
Yeah,
he
Bill.
didn't want to be on camera, so
Oh, okay. Hi, Bill.
he doesn't like having his face on the internet. Which is pretty smart, but
Just a question to Brian. Is that a Höfner bass guitar there?
It's a Hofner.
Höfner, the bass guitar, yeah?
Yes, it is.
Ah, okay.
McCartney
Oh, okay.
on the Hofner bass.
You nerds.
Thumbs, as Larry Norman would say.
Very cool.
So I ended up getting the fountain pen, the
Oh,
Kevin.
cool.
8,000 years. He made a 3D box for it.
Wow.
My name on it. And so this is the pen. It's here. It's made out of 7,500-year-old oak. So I have the carbon dating information here.
Oh, wow.
So the log is actually from 5590 BC.
Wow.
This is from the University of California in Irvine. They did that. So the wood was found in a Siberian bog, peat bog, and he made it out of So he put it on a lathe and did all the brass work and did all the threading. So yeah, it's
Wow.
so that's it. You can see the grain on the oak. So
Yeah.
8,000-year-old oak, which
Wow, it's
so, and
amazing.
I gave him the Oliver 5. So
Nice.
he wasn't expecting that, so I sent him home with an Oliver 5, which gives me more room on my shelves, and now I have to collect fountain pens and get about 4,000 of these.
Yeah, exactly.
So
Wow.
does it write well?
Yeah. So on that certificate there on the upper left corner, it says Université
Laval.
Laval. What's
Well,
the Université Laval connection?
It's the radio chronology laboratory in Laval. I think that's where it was done. And then but then it says over here the University of California, Irvine. So I think the carbon dating was done in Quebec, but it talks
And the
about,
methodology is from the University of California. That's what I read.
So it's the Keck Carbon Cycle AMS facility. So maybe he sent it to Laval, and that the where they do the carbon dating might be at a laboratory in.
It looks like there's
California.
two different results there.
Yes.
Well, it's showing here it's
You can't
bog
see.
oak wood, and but that ended up being the date there that they dated it to 5590 BC. So yeah, so that's a pretty old tree there.
So have you written with the pen?
Hmm?
Have you written with the pen?
Just a
Does it
little bit.
rhyme?
I'm kind of nervous. You know, I might put it in a shadow box on the wall, but it's
There
meant
you
to.
go.
But it's meant to write, you know. And my wife said, "You better not write with that." So, but yeah, he showed me how to. I've never really used a fountain pen before, but it's different. You sort of drag it. You don't push. You just it flows as it touches. So it's pretty neat. So I'm pretty excited about that. And he's a proud owner of an Oliver 5. So I have an Oliver 9 if anybody needs any parts, because it's got a big crack in the frame. So I got parts Oliver 9. I'm gonna start on my 3 soon. Restoring my 3.
Yeah. A fountain pen should write under no more than its own weight.
Right. Yeah, that's gonna take some get used to. You know, just let it. You sort of pull it. You don't.
You just guide the pen across the paper, and it does the writing.
Mm-hmm. No hand cramps.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Yeah.
So
Excellent.
Brendan, you said you have an Oliver 3? You have also an Oliver number 3?
Yeah, I got a 3. I got a 3.
Is it made in the US, or is it the Oliver 3 made in Montreal?
Oh, that's a good question. Let me look.
If it is made in Montreal, you've got a super rare and super expensive typewriter. Don't tell people where you live.
Well, thank you for blowing Sean, for like blowing my
Chicago. The Chicago, USA.
On
there.
It's still good.
Yeah,
it's still great. It's still great.
Yeah.
It's a dud. Throw it away.
I'm gonna get rid of it.
Yeah.
Put it out with the trash.
Oh.
I'm kidding. I like Chicago.
Oh. Very cool.
Enough bantering.
Excellent. So you had a nice little meetup with your friend?
Yeah, it was cool. He's a photographer. He found me, and he had a Hermes 3000 with a random skipping issue, and he's kind of dissected it down to it happens usually after he hits the A key, but it's very rare. Do you know about this, William? So we're gonna Dirk Plant is gonna be staying over here at the end of the month because he's gonna help out with my event. So I think our two brains will go at it and try and figure that one out when he's here. But
he is so cool.
He is so cool.
When you're typing on a 3000, you have to be a little more deliberate with your left pinky to make sure that you press the A with a firm, even but quick stroke.
Yeah.
Do you think it might be typing style?
Most often it is. If it
I
has a random skip after any letter, it's a machine. If it's only after a certain letter, it's the typist style.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I have the exact same problem on my Hermes 3000, which is an English keyboard only. It's also where the placement of the keys are. I've compared the keyboards, and I find on the Hermes somehow the A is placed very close to the shift, and more often than not, I brush the shift when I press on the A. Therefore, I switched the hand that types the A, I use my ring finger
I do
to
too.
the A on the Type Hermes 3000, and that's the only way that I can actually make it work. And
So you had the
it's
same skipping thing?
it's not skipping. It's the A doesn't print very well. It's not skipping so much as it doesn't. It just doesn't print. And when I do brush the Shift key, then it's not aligned anymore.
Yeah.
That's my problem with my 3000. Not skipping, but that problem with the letter A.
Yeah, no, that's good to know. So maybe the machine doesn't have an issue. I did find a slight adjustment when I worked on it before, but and I couldn't recreate it. So maybe, yeah, I guess you give it to somebody else and let them type for a while, and if the problem doesn't happen, then it's a personal thing.
Yeah. It's just interesting that and others too have said the same thing about the letter A.
I know Joe has. Yeah.
Yeah, I think Joe has. Yeah, didn't somebody else has mentioned that they have a hard time with the Hermes 3000 for the
Probably because they're spelling A wrong. It should be EH.
EH. Yes.
Come on, Canadians.
Oh, Sean.
Yeah.
Oh, Sean.
I'm with you.
That's much easier. It's much easier.
Yeah, it's much easier.
Well, in Quebec, do you put an accent above the E on the EH?
Accent.
Of course. Accent aigu.
Yeah.
Oh man. You guys are funny. Well, that pen is super cool, Brendan.
Yeah.
It is. I'm really excited, and then the 3D printed box is pretty neat too with my name. So
Very
yeah,
nice.
he went. Yeah, it's really cool. I'm I just what I need, another thing to collect.
I know, huh?
But I thought about it. I wouldn't need a room for them.
Exactly.
I could just get a bullet belt and have them all.
That's funny. I didn't think of that.
All of it is enough to stack up at least 50 fountain pens.
Yeah.
That would make a good scene in a movie.
Yeah.
Yes. A writer.
Load up your pens. And of course, the ink you have to use is writer's blood, of course.
Yeah. Ooh.
Cool.
Yeah. The cinematography of the spilled ink, running down the I think that was done in a farce of Psycho, where they came in with the newspapers and there was the ink running around the drain. Yeah.
Very cool. Excellent. All right. Christoph, how are you doing?
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, bonjour.
Salut, messieurs.
Hello.
Bonjour, salut.
Bonjour. Hope you feel better, Greg.
Okay.
Yes, I do. Thank you. Thank you.
People were talking and being a bit anxious here. I couldn't hear what you were saying.
Oh.
Never mind. Don't worry about it.
Oh, okay.
That's business.
Okay. Excellent. So what's new with you, Christoph?
No new machine for the moment. I will check this month because I saw Yoast 15 in an antique shop.
Oh, okay.
And beautiful Yoast. And I don't know if I will. It's very far from home. I don't know if I will be back in this shop. And no new machines.
Okay.
I have I don't remember if I show you my my Japi. It's I don't have lights. At this. This one, the Japi
Oh,
0, and I
nice.
discovered that this Japi is an Hermes, is a rebranded Hermes.
Oh,
This machine is an Hermes, but branded Japi is a French manufacturer.
okay.
But the problem with this machine is the spool are very complex. I don't know if I could find some spool for this machine. I never seen this kind of system before. So okay, next time.
Yeah.
And no new machine for the moment. And I'm very late with my letters.
Oh.
I have to do some letters. Yesterday I went to it's an antique shop, but for the money goes to a container of things for Africa, you know. It's an antique shop, but with they help people with the money, and so I didn't find anything. And when I went out the shop, I turned my head and I saw old furniture behind some trash, full of typewriters, maybe 10 or 15 machine, but very, very old, very dusty. The people in the shop said me the typewriters were here from no more than 10 years in their place. A lot of electric, a lot of Japi, French Japi. I remember a Remington, a beautiful green Remington, but 1917's Remington, but nothing interesting for me.
Oh, okay.
Nothing in good condition, very dusty, very with I don't know the term in English, moisture, yes, with very wet, you know. A lot of
yes.
It's moldy,
yes.
moldy stuff.
moldy. Thank you.
Yeah.
And no good machines. So
Okay.
next time.
Yeah.
The 1st of May, I will go to the Chambord antique market. To it's if you can watch on Google the Castle of Chambord. This is the most. This is the second biggest castle in France after Versailles.
C'est le boisson
Castle
Chambord.
Sorry?
Le boisson en Chambord.
Yes, you have a Chambord drink, yes. And the Castle of Chambord is 30 kilometers from my home, a 20 minutes drive. And every year, the 1st of May, you have an antique market, more than 500 stands.
Wow.
Yeah, it's on the just in front of the castle. It's the biggest in France.
My goodness.
Beautiful. And a lot of typewriters on place.
Wow.
So it's in 15 days. I can't wait.
Yeah, you're counting down.
Yeah.
Excellent. All right. Well, it looks like William is showing the what do you call it?
The cartridge belt.
Cartridge belt, yes.
But the loops are a little small for fountain pens.
Okay.
So a person would need like a one for 30-30 Winchester or 40 Winchester. It's like larger cartridges.
You have to cut the bottom off so it could slide right through and it would go halfway through the pen.
Well, there you go.
I'm thinking the ideal size would be so the cap would fit in and the clip would fit outside the loop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe a shotgun for 20.
Yeah. Much easier than a belt with typewriters on it.
Yeah.
You'd be laying on the ground with like 400 pounds of typewriters on you.
Your physiotherapist would love you, though.
Oh yeah.
Now I gotta try that. Damn.
As you say, a cartridge built for 410 shotgun might also work. The 410
definitely will work.
A little small.
Interesting.
Just some crazy ideas.
Yeah. I like it though.
People.
Very cool. All right. I don't know if Larry's there, but he's been off screen there for since he came in actually. But
wake him up, Larry.
Yeah.
Wake up! Turn on your camera.
Boy, how are you doing, Ted?
He's having AI write some songs.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing very well, thank you.
Excellent.
Got
Yeah.
people over this weekend. You know about that.
Yeah.
My weekend has been filled, but it's been full of interesting conversation and fun typewriter enjoyment.
Yeah, that looks cool.
Things that you get when you have typewriter people come over and
yeah,
break up the cigars and the bourbon or the scotch, I guess. The scotch last night.
There you go.
And, things happen.
Exactly. Things are written.
Well, not so much written because we end up talking a lot.
Oh, okay.
A lot of times when you get typewriter people together, you start typing on the typewriters and then you end up just
chatting. Yes, exactly. What they're doing.
Exactly. So,
very cool.
I'm always sad because I end up at the end of the day with like 2 or 3 sheets of paper with really disconnected thoughts because you only have time to write like maybe a sentence or two before you get caught up in the next conversation. And so the typecasting is not the best when you have people over. But
exactly. Yeah.
It is fun. You can chop it up and turn it into something.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's more about the interpersonal stuff rather than
definitely
machines.
Definitely.
We enjoy the machines. We enjoy each other more.
Yeah. Now, is there anything in Brian's collection that you want? Oh, that a brother, of course, right?
I'm a sucker for brothers, and I like that packet too. Faucet. That's it. I'll pronounce it right one of these times. I like that one. He's got a Underwood 18 that I like. Little Antares rebadging. He's got a few things I like.
Yeah.
He's got a lot of pretty machines that apparently don't type too well, but
but they're pretty.
Yeah, that big fire something, the big Remington Starfire.
Oh yes.
That's a very pretty machine, but apparently it doesn't type very well.
Yeah. I had the similar one, the Streamliner.
Mm-hmm.
And
blue.
yeah, he has the one that I used to have. So
That would explain it. Yeah. That would explain it. Let's see, what else has he got? He's got a lot of nice machines. He's got a nice little companion that's like one that I have. He's just cleaned up, and
nice.
He's got a lot of machines that he's repainted, which you probably know about because he's shown them off in previous things. He's got that Remington that he had repainted by an auto body shop.
Oh yes,
that's desirous. But yeah, you can't steal everybody else's machines.
Yeah. Has there been any swapping of machines or anything?
Well, I gave away 2 this weekend.
Okay.
I gave Joe the Underwood 5, and I gave Kevin IBM 721.
Ooh.
So I've gotten rid of a couple big machines. That should give me a little shelf space to collect a few smaller machines.
There you go.
Get maybe 4 machines in the space of what used to be 2 machines.
Exactly.
You have to reconfigure your space.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went out to eat and sat in the carport and smoked cigars and talked for hours, and good times.
Nice. Yeah, my mind is always kind of blown when I see, people on the same screen. Basically, it's
they're deep in some other conversation. So
yeah.
There's Joe waving.
Hi, Joe. Very cool.
So I'm curious about your visit to Bill Wall tomorrow. Like what's the plan? Because he's got that Hammond with French diacritics that I find very special.
Since you're interested in it, I'll take some more pictures of it.
Please.
And do that for you. But as far as plans, man plans, God laughs.
That's true.
we just go there and see what happens.
Yeah.
That's good enough.
Yeah, I'll get you some pictures and maybe some video. Maybe I'll have Joe shoot some video with his high-res camera.
Yeah. Very cool.
Oh, it's pretty high-res.
Excellent. Let's see. I'm going to let me check the YouTube chat. I haven't checked in a little while. In the YouTube chat, we have Sketchy Spot saying, "Hope you feel better, Gregory. Postcard exchange is going great." David Corneli says, "What an esteemed gathering. Brian, Ted, Kevin, and Joe in the same place. And Bill." Thomas Fasano, Riverside Type-In. I'm in SoCal, not too far away. Ooh, that's a possibility. Bob and I are going to be in talks about setting something up. Of course, I'll need to get even a little bit better than I am now, but it's a near possibility. Indro says, "A big hello from France. Hopefully I can join next week. All the best. Get well soon, Gregory. That COVID can be a beep." That's true. This time was actually worse than the first. So then he says, "How cool and nice, all celebs at Brian's place." Yep. It's like an all-star hangout. And then Christopher McKellar, "Hello all, brunching whilst enjoying your goodwill and brilliance." Excellent. All right, so we are caught up on that. Very cool. Oh, Christoph, yes.
Yeah, we see some pictures I shot. Where is my picture in my phone? This is okay. This was in 2020 during a very beautiful day.
Wow.
Of the castle of Chambord. It's just the size is just amazing. It's a city. It's not a castle. It's a city inside the castle. And
Wow.
this is just one picture of the okay, when you have the market. This was last year because it's in work, in restoration. The castle,
Oh,
you have more than 500 stands inside the market, and the amazing view to the castle. Very beautiful place to make some good up. Okay, and this is the view from the parking. If you see the size of the castle,
my goodness.
yeah. It's the second biggest castle in France after
Wow.
Versailles,
Wow.
from the king François First, and I don't remember in 17th century.
My goodness.
Okay, it's a very beautiful place to visit.
Yeah. Other than having that market, what else do they use that castle for? Is it like an active castle or?
It's a property of the it's a national castle. Okay,
Okay.
it's not a private castle, and they use the castle because the place the place is
Yeah.
very big, and it's a very old market. I don't remember the number of years this market took place, but this is the biggest of the one of the biggest in France about antiques and all this stuff. But this is a national castle.
Yeah.
Here in my area, you have both national castles like Cheverny. If you like the, do you know the you say in English Tintin, the reporter, the comic Tintin, the
Yes.
castle of Moulinsart. When Tintin is in his castle, the castle of Moulinsart is the castle of Cheverny we have here in my land, but without two the RG cut off two sides of the castle, and he made the castle of Moulinsart. But this is the castle of Cheverny, and the castle of Cheverny was a private castle, but now it's a national monument. But you have the castle of Chenonceau. The castle of Chenonceau is a private castle. Is one of the most beautiful castle we have in France. It's above a river. You know the castle on the river. I don't have. If you.
We lost him.
Yeah, I think so. I'm sure he'll be back momentarily.
I got the picture.
There he is.
Photo. Okay. Ah, no, I don't want the picture. Okay, so I will check.
quietness.
I know. I thought it was at work. No, actually, our library isn't quiet.
If it doesn't work, you could check on Google. No. You don't want the image from my phone. So
okay.
It's another beautiful castle we have here in my area.
Okay. Nice. Well, here we have an amusement park called Castle Park. I think that's the only castle we have, and it's obviously not a real one, but
we have a park called the Mini France. The guy create a France, but with tiny monuments, but really realistic mini monuments. It's an entire park.
Wow. So you can see all the monuments in one place?
Yeah, you can see all the monuments in one place because it's human-sized.
Yeah.
It's not Lego, but it's monuments you can watch in the park here. It's near Paris, if I remember.
It's called Castle Park. No.
Here's something I noticed. This Chroma Calibri N has the margin release key actually has a lock. The margin release can lock, and what it does is it locks the keys.
Oh.
So it's the margin release, but it's also the key disentangler, but it has a lock feature where you push it in and it locks the keys.
I noticed that on mine, but I was wondering, I never tested it, but does it actually lock the carriage as well?
It doesn't lock the carriage. On the N, the carriage lock is for this. The paper support is what the carriage lock is.
Oh, wow.
Crazy.
So now it can go back and forth, but if you put this down, it locks it. So the paper support is the actual carriage lock combo.
Wow. That's ingenious.
Yeah, it is. It took me a while to figure out. I'm like, where is the carriage lock? And then I thought, I'll push this. And it was actually, it didn't spring up. So I was like, I had to, get a pick and pull it out. And as soon as I did that, that had me going. I'm like, okay, where's the carriage lock? Come on. and that's the carriage lock. It's pretty ingenious. I was looking at the mechanism. There's a little thing when you push it in, it's cool. But the margin release lock, which I've never seen a lock on a margin release, that was pretty neat.
Yeah.
But my Neckerman Brilliant Junior doesn't have any of that. Like I was so surprised at how many differences there was between the 62 Calibri N and the Neckerman. Well, the neck, which is a Calibri, but there were so many differences that I was pretty surprised. I don't know what the N stands for. Does anybody know? Calibri N?
I don't know what it stands for, but I do know that they only have a single color ribbon selector.
Yes, it's mono. Yeah,
a few features, but that's weird. They have added some features, but then removed a bunch of other features.
Yeah, I found way more features on this than on the other. So I heard this was the budget version, but
this is the deluxe version.
But I find other than the color selector, it seems to have more features. And the big what I'm not a big fan of is the big plastic card holders. It's kind of like, didn't really like that. And then they took a lot of the chrome out, the carriage, and they put in plastic. But
then they put a little window to see what the line spacing is. And then the original.
Yeah. 5 line spacing
Yeah, exactly.
collections instead of 2.
Yeah.
You
What's
know,
up with that?
I don't know. I
Wow.
thought I don't normally see 5 in anything.
No, but it's
Well,
not
really?
5 interlines. It's number 2 is 1.5. Number 3 is 2 double. Number 4 is 2.5, and number 5 is 3
Ah,
lines.
yeah. But I mean, the regular one has 2, 1 and 2.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I know. I thought as a budget version, it had some pretty neat features.
Yeah. Very interesting.
So I wonder if Robert Messenger's website, I'm going to Google that, if he talks about what the N stands for that model. I don't know. Like, if Robert doesn't have any idea in German, then that's maybe just a thing.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, this one has the classic crack on the front frame right there.
classic crack.
Classic crack. And I might fix it, but I might not. You know, it's right there.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's not affecting anything. I was gonna try and go underneath and fix it, but if I could put a rod right through it and JB weld from underneath to support it, but I might just leave it. I don't know. It's not.
I noticed that might mean the end model means something, is that a lot of the end models I've seen, in fact, almost all of them, are North American keyboards.
Oh.
Quirks. So I think a lot of them were destined for the American market.
Yeah.
60s.
Well, it's interesting that you say that, because this came with the type specimen, and right there it shows USA brown.
I know the one that I have came from a newspaper reporter who had gotten it as a giveaway from the distributor. We're giving them away to newspaper reporters during 1964 during the elections.
Free with a fill up.
At
the gas station.
They were trying to advertise them or something, but they were giving them away to newspaper reporters to get them to, I guess, talk them up. Yeah.
Really? Well, it's a good gimmick.
Yeah, it was right towards the end of production for the Gromas, so that it could have been just like, we need to get rid of these, so we need to, get a bunch of these into the North American market, and that's pretty much what the end model probably is.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Excellent. Larry, how are you?
Good, I guess. Just I was on here last week, and I felt pretty sick with the cold, but yeah, I'm all right now. I've been all right a couple days, just still got gunk from it, but other than that, I'm all right.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
That's good. Excellent. Anything new with you?
You know what? I'm gonna show you Christopher was, I don't know. That's not how you say it. Christoph. He was showing off the castle, and so I want to show you my my castle, the ruins of my castle. Anyway. Yeah, it's kind of sad, but yeah, that's what I got. So, yeah.
Oh man, anyway, that's good.
Yeah, so I don't know. I actually, I was actually able to write a couple songs when I've been sick, but I really wanted to write one today, and I'm like, I don't know. So you gotta feel inspired. So maybe I need to stay here, because that's usually what inspires anyways, other people, or you hear them say something or something.
Yeah.
When I just go in my own head, a lot of times I'm like, I don't know how I feel.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So anyway,
you you hear about a lot of like famous writers going out in public, like to a cafe or something, and just kind of sitting there and listening to people's conversations and kind of getting ideas that way, you know.
That's probably,
So.
you know what I need to do? I need to read Ted's letters again. I read them when he got them to me, and I usually keep up, and I didn't feel well this week, and I read them. I'm like, man, I think I can't comprehend this right now.
Oh.
And then now I need to sit down and say, okay, I'm going to do this. But yeah, I have to think when I write Ted. It's not like you just write him. You have to really, he makes you think, which I love it. I need to think. Yeah, but
yeah, he definitely sets the bar high. So
oh my gosh.
yeah.
You know, he mentioned stamps, you know, and I'm like, wow, yeah, I guess I do have a stamp I can use. But yeah, I mean, but it's amazing all the work he puts in his artwork and stamps and just his extras that he puts in. It's like, wow, he's really, I mean, he's the master letter writer that I've ever seen. So anyway, kudos to you, Ted. I mean, Jesus, there he is.
Yeah.
I'm just, I don't have any new typewriters. My voice is new. My voice has been pretty new for about 2 weeks now.
Oh wow.
No, for over a week now anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird, but other than that, I don't know. I'm probably better just sit back and listen because I don't know.
All right. But it's definitely good to see you, Larry.
Well, you too. I mean, you haven't been around 2 weeks, so you know.
Yeah.
I'm glad to see you. I mean, we need you.
Oh.
Yeah, we barely held it together, Gregory. It was we were infighting. It was awful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I think some of us had to go to the hospital. So, you know, I mean,
Oh man.
bad.
I need to break up those fights. Excellent. All right. I actually do have something to show. So I was hoping she was going to be on this call, but she's not. But let me spotlight. Yeah. So I was gifted an electric typewriter, and I've never seen one like this before. Actually, very, very small for an electric typewriter, but it's surprisingly heavy. This is it here. So I had posted about basically hiding the smell of stinky cats with this product line called Scentsy. They have like wax warmers, scented wax warmers, that sort of thing. So I posted on Facebook about that, and our type pal Sarah Van Allen said, "Oh, I have just the thing for you. I'm going to send it to you." So this is it's a wax warmer, and it's by Scentsy. So at some point they release this. They have these kind of limited edition wax warmers that they release, and after a year or so they discontinue them. But it was so cool that she picked this up for me, and it's kind of hard to type on it because you can't see the letters, but plus you have to use a very small paper. But
Does it come in script?
I think it is script actually. Oh yes, but it's just generic typewriter. Yes, we don't know what brand it is, but I'll be sure and add it to the typewriter database though. Once I find the serial number.
Yeah,
I think it's here on the bottom actually.
Magic margins, damn.
Yeah.
It's funny they have to write typewriter on it nowadays. You know, a long time ago, everybody knew what it was, but
exactly. Yeah.
That made me
Put it on
think.
typewriter database. On a typewriter.
Yes.
If
If you can come up with something like that that you know somebody's making typewriters like that. I mean anything, a pencil holder, whatever, but it's a typewriter. and you can get them to put type pals on it. That would be a cool little addition to your store. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a little typewriter with type pals on. I think when I saw that, I'm like, does that say type pals? No, it doesn't say type. That'd be cool.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely. Yeah, so I was thankful to receive that. That was an awesome gift. Bye, Daniel. I wasn't sure if he was waving at us or waving at someone else, but always good to see you, Daniel.
I was getting on the train wagon of Brian and Joe, Bill and Kevin and Ted leaving. And I thought, okay, I think I'm going to leave too. So.
Oh, okay, okay.
So.
All right.
So
it's
bye,
good
everyone.
to see you, Daniel.
À la prochaine.
Yeah, I didn't see that they had left because I was hogging the screen, but anyway. Yeah. Yeah, so that was very nice. What else? Yeah, I think that's basically it from me. I think we might be winding down, and I'm starting to feel it in my throat now. So I think I might end it here, unless anybody has any last minute comments or questions or things they want to share. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. That was good. Nice
okay.
Nice to see you again, Daniel. Hopefully you're over the hump and on the COVID thing.
Yes, yes, very good. Very good.
Yeah,
all right.
Good recovery to you.
All right.
Hope you get 100%.
Yes, soon, very soon. Very
without
soon.
any issues.
Yes.
Yeah, go rest yourself and drink a nice cup of tea or something.
Oh yeah, I've been drinking so much tea. Oh my goodness.
Oh,
I bet. and this pen, it came in cursive. It came in cursive.
It came in cursive.
Yeah, it was
Wow.
perfect.
Hold it like that.
That's actually rare nowadays. It's hard to find pens in cursive.
Pens in cursive, yeah, I know.
All right. Well, thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you next week.
Awesome. That's great.
Thank you.
Have a nice day, everyone.
You too.
See you. Good night.
Bye-bye.
Cheerio.
Bye-bye. Cheerio. Bye-bye.